Hey everyone, Mo here, and before the video begins, I just want to let you guys know that my schedule has opened up for me to do coaching again. So if you're interested in private one-on-one coaching for me to help you, whether you're a newer player and you want to excel at the game very quickly and learn the fundamentals without developing any bad habits early, or if you're an experienced player who's already maybe platinum or diamond and you're top 1%, but you need some help filling in the gap to get you to that 0.01%, to make you just some of the best, then hit me up on Discord and I can get you in some private one-on-one coaching lessons to help you polish up any skills you want to refine and help you learn all of the secrets to becoming a top player. That's it. I hope you enjoy the video. Hey everybody, Mo here, and in this video, we got some spice for you guys today. So, we have this new burn deck that I theory crafted last night. For those of you that don't know, the brand new final Call of the Mountain set dropped today, December 16th. And with it, we got a bunch of new cards like Aftershock and, Ballistic Bot, Riven, Zoe, Victor. And I got so excited because I immediately saw all of these new burn cards. And I was like, oh man, Burn's making a comeback. Burn's making a comeback. And I was telling people about it and no one really thought, or believed me. And I built this deck. Boy, I don't want to do any spoilers. But this deck is unstoppable. This deck literally is beating everything I've played against today. It's beating Gohard. It's beating Demacia Plaza midrange. It's beating Lee Sin Zed combo. It's beating Lee Sin Riven combo. Like, this deck is literally been unstoppable for me. Of course, it's like a smaller sample size. I've only been playing for about an hour now, so I've been playing about 10 games. And it's just absolutely crazy. This is, in fact, of course, going to be the beta version. And that's the scariest thing. Is that this is literally just a Mach 1 beta version 1.01 that I made at like 2 a.m. the night before the set dropped. So I can't wait to see how good this deck gets after a couple different aggro brains look at it and we can, just optimize it and get it the best it could possibly be. So I'm not going to go over each card because I already wrote a full in-depth guide for this deck. And I'll leave that in the description down below. If you guys want to get like a full deck guide on how to play this deck, how to optimize the deck, the math behind the deck, go ahead and check that out. It'll give you the reasons for each card, how to play each card correctly. And if all I'm asking for that is if you could just do me a favor and either leave a comment or a like, that would mean so much to me just so I can show other websites and organizations like look at my articles and my guides that I write. They get a lot of interaction. So that would help me out a lot in getting extra gigs like that. But yeah, so that's it for this intro. I'm so excited. Before we get into games, I did want to remind everyone, the 86% of the people that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed to me. So if you guys could do me a huge favor and click the subscribe button, that helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm, and it just helps me just be happier. So that's it. Let's get into the games. All right. Woo! First game of the new set. Let's get some music in here. Hold on, I forgot to turn my music on, so I guess we're just gonna listen to game music for now. Turn that up. Alright, so we're against a Teemo deck. Let's go and get this out of here, because he has Ionia, which means probably counter spells early on. We're just gonna win our 1-drops. He is playing Teemo, so our Teemo's not free, but it can at least block his Teemo, because this definitely looks like a Teemo combo deck. So we'll just block, we'll play double 1-drop here. The reason we're fine to trade Teemos is because I don't know what his deck is. Like, his deck might just be a straight up Teemo deck, and if that's the case, then his Teemo is way more important than ours. Our Teemo is kind of just like a 1-mana unit. So look at this. So he's doing nothing. He's spending his turn doing nothing. We're gonna hit him for 6. So anytime you can get more than about 3 damage out of a unit, then it's done more than its job. So we've already gotten 3 damage out of our Legion Saboteur because the average damage per card in our deck is 2.97. So what this means is after we attack, the Saboteurs would have done 4 damage each, which is already better than the average, so we're chilling. So we can actually just block with this. We don't get the 1 damage trigger off of the Grenadier, but that's because when we attack with Grenadier, it'll give us the 3 guaranteed damage again. So this block is perfectly fine. We're going to swing in for another 6, and then we're guaranteed 1 damage if this dies. Assuming that he has a way to remove our board, we're going to get at least 2 damage here, which is going to be harder for him to kill with 3-2 than it is a 2-1. So there you go. That's a win. So that was a turn 4 win at 2 minutes. That's literally the first game of this. I'm telling you guys, this deck is disgusting. So let's go and get into the next game. All right, another Teemo deck. So it looks like a lot of people are playing Teemo for some reason. I don't really know why that is. But let's see. So we're gonna mulligan away, look for some good one drop. This is a pretty good 2-drop for consistent damage. Okay, we found our Teemo, which is really good because it trades with his Teemo, which just like in the last match. I don't really know what his deck is, but I'm just gonna assume that because Teemo is his only champion, maybe Teemo is like the most important unit in his deck. So his Teemo is probably more important than ours. Ours is just the 1-drop. So we're just gonna play Teemo. Hope he doesn't have his on turn 1, and then we're just gonna swing in. Oh, he doesn't have Teemo. Sick. So there's that. We can pass. We can play Ballistic Bot now. Alright, it's gonna be a kill spell on my Ballistic Bot probably. Oh no, no kill spell. Okay. Sure. Looks good. So we're just gonna open things up with an ignition. Which we should probably open things up with, yeah, let's open things up with an open attack here. So Mystic Shot on our Teemo, no sir. We'll try and buff our Teemo up. And that's why I like Transfusion a lot. I think Transfusion might be the worst card in this deck, but it makes your opponent commit multiple cards to kill one unit. And we're totally happy with that. So our Ballistic Bot got in 1 damage. Our Ballistic Bot got in 2 damage. And then as long as Ballistic Bot lives here and doesn't have like a Thermogen, then the Ballistic Bot will get in the average 3 damage. And anytime a card can get in, you know, your 3 more than your 3 damage, then it's already getting in its average, or more than average, which is really, really good. So healing. So again, how the math works with healing is anytime your opponent uses healing, you have to take how much healing they've done, divide it by about 3, and that's how many extra cards you have to draw. So this basically just means that since he healed 3 health, we just have to draw 1 more card. We have to play 8 cards now to go ahead and kill him. And if you guys don't know exactly what it is I'm talking about, if you go down to the deck guide below, like I probably mentioned in the intro, it completely goes over all of the math behind this deck and how it works. So, yeah, it goes over all the math. It goes over the average damage of card, the average CMC per card, what turn you should kill on average. So let's go ahead and play Ignition. We'll just make our Ballistic Bots huge. And I hope he doesn't have any more 1-drops. Oh no, he had a 1-mana 3/3 Oman Hawk. No problem here. We can just go pretty wide. We'll drop this down to 1 HP since it's already at, you know, 1 HP. Just so this way, we're going to try and go really, really wide so that way one thing goes unblocked and we can get in our damage. So here we can just swing all the way in. I'm trying to think if we need to swing in with this girl. Because he's probably just going to put like a 3/3 here, a 3/3 here, and then Vanya up here. And he's going to take 3 damage. That looks fine to me. Oh no, he flashed in a 3/3 jury rig. Oh, he flashed in 2 3/3 jury rigs. Oh, okay. Cool. No worries. No worries at all. So you just pass it here. So he's at 14, so there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Potential 10. So we only need to find 1 more card to get the last 3 damage in. So yep, so we can just pass. Play this Kasky boy. This card's really good on defense, but I believe our opponent's probably just going to open attack for the rest of the turns. So we can decimate. So this puts him at 7, and then so we have 3, 4, 5. So if we could draw like a Mystic Shot or something else that does 2 damage here, then we'll be golden. We might have to use a Mystic Shot here for lethal. I mean, Mystic Shot to clear the board. Oh, he's played Poro Snacks. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So we drew the Mystic Shot. So basically we won the game because a bunch of stuff in our deck does great. I mean, we could have drawn Mystic Shot or Fervor or... Yeah, Mystic Shot or Fervor. Well, since he gave us priority, we could have drawn like a lot of things, but we have lethal. And it wasn't even close, baby. So yeah, so this guy's deck was kind of more memey. But hey, I mean, he almost killed us, so this shows you that don't ever get scared. Like, it's always gonna get pretty close, especially if they have healing. So even with him healing 3 health, and flashing in 2-3-3 units to block us, we were still able to get the job done. So that's all right. Let's get to the next one. This guy is playing Go Hard. He's a very fun player. This guy is a fun at parties. That's fine, though. Honestly, we need to see how our deck does against Go Hard. So we're going to mulligan these away. We'll keep this 1-drop and then just, like, force him to have the Go Hard on 1. We'll basically say, hey, buddy, do you have it? Do you not have it? So we'll play, probably Saboteur here on 1. Because Saboteur forces him to have exactly a 1-drop. Which they definitely can't have. It's not, like, extremely rare. But Precious Pet can always go over because they only play like 2 fearsome blockers total. So even after if they play a unit on like turn 2 or turn 3, this can still go over top of it. Whereas like right here, he has to have exactly Jagged Butcher. Just so he trades here, and then next turn, no matter what unit he plays, we can still just play this Precious Pet and it'll go over top. Which is, we're not playing Precious Pet because we're going to play to our mana curve, which is Ballistic Bot into Precious Pet. Unless he doesn't play a unit here. If he doesn't play a unit, then we might just play double 1-drop, because that'll be more damage. It really just depends on what our opponent does here. Okay, so they didn't play a unit, so we're going to start off with Precious Pet. And the reason we're starting off with Precious Pet is because if he does have that Go Hard, we want him to use the Go Hard on the unit that'll deal less damage, ideally. Because if he kills this deals 3 damage at a time, while this only does 2 damage. The perk that this has, though, is that it has the Fearsome keyword. So early on, this is, like, guaranteed 2 damage, whereas this is not guaranteed 3 damage. So we'll open up for an extra 5 damage here. And then we'll play our Ballistic Bot, and we'll start getting some value off of that. See, so he drew a Go Hard. No problem. This is where having Nox and Fervor will be really good. Because you can deny the healing from Go Hard. You can't deny the shuffle effect from Go Hard because it's a very balanced card. But you can definitely deny the 1 healing. So we have 5 mana here, which is really good because it allows us to play Disciple and Demolitionist and Ignition. So he has his Zap Spray Fin. That's fine. We just click Disciple. That's fine. And then we click Ignition. Yep. So he has to Go Hard this 2-1, so I'm assuming he just drew the Glimpse and not an actual Go Hard. Now we're just gonna Grenadier this 2-3, get 3 damage in. And then we'll just get a big swing in here. Yep, so it definitely tells me he drew a Glimpse and not a Go Hard, because he definitely would have just used it there. So let's just go ahead and swing. Force him to block something, probably the 2-3 here. And then we just win with a burn over the next couple turns. Because he's at 5. I mean, this does 4. And then next turn we'll get an Ignition. Plus we'll have like Aftershocks and stuff. So unless he finds a way to gain a bunch of life, we're definitely chilling. We're definitely chilling. So we'll go and play this, drop him to 1. And then our Ballistic Bot will give us enough damage to kill him. So that gets fleeting, no problem. And we'll Ballistic Bot. We could have done like an Ignition and an Aftershock just so that way this gets +1 power. But that's probably the more correct play. Because it's the same amount of damage. It's just that this way our Ballistic Bot can get an extra +1/+0. So like right now it could be at +4 power. Which would make our next, if he doesn't die this turn because he finds a way to gain a bunch of life, it'll make our next open attack really big. So even if he like Withering Wills here and he goes to 4, it doesn't matter because we have the Aftershock. So there it is. We even beat Go Hard, a deck that's pretty good against aggro. So feels good, man. I'm telling you guys, this deck is actually sick. I didn't get to see what turn that was. I think it was turn 6. We killed Go Hard on turn 6, so yeah. This deck is just crazy, bro. This deck, I'm so excited to play this deck, to fine-tune this deck and play in tournaments. Ooh, a Zoe deck. This is my first time seeing a Zoe deck. So it's Zoe Freljord. I actually don't 100% know what Zoe even does. So, make sure I create a super cool star chant. What is that? That's this thing. 2 mana, invoke celestial, cost 3 or less. Okay. Or if you already have one in hand, reduce the cost by 1. Okay. Sure. I've seen you play 10 different... Oh, so Zoe has to see you play cards to level up. Okay, no worries. So we're just gonna play our cards out here. If he played like a turn 1 Zoe, I mean, if he wants to trade his Zoe away, I'm fine with that. Yeah, so he's not gonna trade. So we're just gonna be on an aggro plan. I don't know what style of cards are in his deck. I'm assuming Celestials. But what do I know? Cool. So we can actually fill up... We can fill up the board here with... we're gonna play a 2-drop because it's just the most mana efficient thing. So we're gonna go ahead and play probably just Boom Kuruki. Boom Kuruki is the most damage guaranteed right now. Unfortunately, he played a 3-power unit. We're basically playing Boom Kuru hoping he didn't play a 3-powered unit. But everything should be okay. We'll play Saboteur. We'll just develop some more. Force him to have more units. Oh my gosh, and he had a 3 health unit. So this forced him to have a 3-power unit and he had it. This forced him to have a 3 health unit and he had it. How funny is that? Oh well. Anyways, we'll just swing out here. No big deal. We'll get in for 7. That's still quite a bit of damage. Still quite a bit of damage here. And plus, you know, he could always rush him. So we have 3, so that puts him to 7. Assuming he doesn't heal at all with, like, Star Shaping or the 3-3. This is 3 damage, so this puts him to 7. This can slowly tick away at his life health. So we'll say this can get us, like, 2 damage, so that'll be 9. Or, sorry, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we just need, like, 1 card. So here, we're not going to block. We don't care about our life total. We just want to get the 1 damage in from Saboteur. Bastion? Sure, man. That works for me. So, yeah, we're just going to play Ballistic Bot here, start getting our burn spells. We're going to play Boom Kuruki here, get more damage through. And we're going to swing out while we can, while we have more units on board than him. Never mind. We're just going to go ahead and play this Ignition Bot. You want to start off with the least committal play so your opponent doesn't know what you're going to do. And then we're probably just going to go ahead and play Boom Kuruki into Crimson Disciple. Assuming he probably just plays like a 3-mana unit here, like a 3-mana elusive unit. A 3-3 elusive would be probably like one of the best units he could draw. And it would just let him play right now. He also could have got the stun card. That would be pretty bad for us, actually. Ooh, no. That's not good. Okay, so I basically made our attack a lot worse, but actually not horrible. Because we can still swing out here and still have more attackers than he has blockers. Because he only has 3 blockers, so he still get in for 4 attackers. So at the very least, like, this Teemo hits for 1, right? Sure, so this is fine. So he goes to 5. All we have to do now is just not die, attack 1 more time, and then, I mean, we literally have lethal on board. Because this is 2, 4, 5 damage. So not even counting this Get Excited in our hand, if all of our units live and he doesn't gain any life, we'll be killing him. Which feels good. So Zoe's at 6 out of 10. And we drew a Decimate, which is pretty good. So Decimate takes care of healing. So it puts him to 1, and we have 2, 4, 5 here. So he has to have basically Star Spring to live at 1 HP. He'd have to have, or not Star Spring, he'd have to have double Star Shaping to live. So we beat a Zoe deck on turn 6. So yeah, this deck is on average killing people by turn 5, turn 6. Which is just so consistently, it's so consistent that it's crazy. And I can't stress how excited I am to just play this deck. We're going to play 1 more game here, and then that'll probably be it. Okay, so Lee Sin Riven. So I know this is a deck that a lot of people were talking about, is this Lee Sin Riven combo. And I'm pretty excited to actually see how the deck does. So we're going to full mulligan, look for better 1-drops and 2-drops. Devilicious is not a really good 2-drop because it's not an actual 2-drop. Like, you're never really playing this card on turn 2. You more or less want either another 1-drop to play on turn 2, or you want Ballistic Bot, Boom Crew. I mean, we have a pretty high number of actual 2-drops. The Last Breath, Reforge, it's not going to matter. We're probably never killing this unless he blocks with it. But yeah, I mean, like, you can never play Demolition on turn 2 because all of your turn 1 units only have 1 health. Like, your Teemo's a 1-1, and your other 1-drops are 2-1s, so Yeah, it does look really good. So this is when I'm summoned to Reforge. That's fine. So if he develops, this is going to be a really good turn for Cast Salesman. And it's literally, like, this is why Cast Salesman is so good. Because look at all of these bodies we have. He literally cannot attack us because we just do this. We don't want to let him Reforge for free. That's dumb. Why would we let him do that? That just levels up his champion. We're not going to let him level up his champion. But see how it completely took away his attacks here? Like, it made it so he can't attack with this 3-1. It saved us 6 health, essentially. 7 health, really, because it blocked the Blade Squire, too. So we're at 4 HP. So, ideally, you want to play this Ballistic Bot as soon as possible, just so it can start getting your ignitions. And we're going to play this Disciple. And then the next turn, we're just going to go Demolitionist. So let's count the damage in hand. We have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then this is 13 when it dies. Sure. So this just gives it quick attack. No problem. So we're actually just gonna walk away here. Let's block this so we can get the extra damage here. And this looks fine. I mean, I don't think we're worried about dying. If we were, we could just kill this 3-1, but I really don't want him to gain any more value. And this is only saving like 1 extra health here. Oh. This is give it +3/+2. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so he got us with that combat trick. I don't really know what's in this deck, so I don't really know too many of the new cards quite yet. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have blocked like that. I would have just let him hit me. But that's okay. No big deal. We can still just go really wide, get in for a really big attack here. Force him to block with the units he's not wanting to block with. Okay, so he's played 2 spells, so it looks like we're probably only attacking with, like, Tito. So we can use this time to do a slow speed aftershock. Alright, and then we'll just attack with Teemo here. So we drew Mushroom. Yeah, so our Teemo's already done its 3 damage for average. So now every point of damage is just extra. As well as, you know, he's leveled, which I don't think giving up mushrooms will matter, but the fact that he's like a 2-2 hitting in every single turn is big. So now we're basically just on defense, so we just want to not die. So he's drawing cards, which is good, because, yep, they should have mushrooms on them. Yeah, so the goal here is just to not die. We're probably going to go ahead and Mystic Shot down this Dragonling, just because that does gaining him too much life, unless we have lethal, right? So let's go and do our math. You always want to make sure every turn you want to do your math to see how close you are to lethal. So he's at 8 HP. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have exactly 8, assuming he doesn't gain any life, which is pretty good. Assuming he has no life and no counter spells. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. So he went ahead and he has his... So he has his Dragonling next turn because he played the 2 spells. So we can go ahead and Saboteur. And the way we can deny this life gain is we can go ahead and block, and then we can just Nox and Fervor our Grenadier. And as long as he doesn't give this unit Overwhelm, we're chilling. And actually now we just straight up have lethal. So we just have to make sure that he doesn't give that Overwhelm. So let's see, what are we doing here, Ribbon? That's a really cool level up animation. Okay, so he's going in. He is going in. So this gives us +2/+0 attack, Overwhelm, and quick attack. We might be dead here. Let's see. So we'll start off with our slow speed Ignition. We don't want to do that, because we're going to want to use Ignition to discard to get excited, actually. Okay. So we're just going to want to block this with the most health possible, and then here. And we're just going to try and Nox and Fervor away the life linker. Let's see what happens. So he's going to give Riven +3/+2. So he's trying to kill me. So I'm going to 1 HP. Yeah, that's fine. We just say okay to that. We go to 1. And then, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and Mystic Shot you. And see if you have a response. Dopify. And then we're just going to go ahead and get excited you. And force you to be playing a 1 mana deal 1 damage to my Nexus card. Alright, cool. So yeah, we played against Lee Sin Zed, so that deck was it was actually pretty close, but that's how a lot of your games are going to go against these like mid-rangey creature style decks. But I'm glad we got to play against it. That to me is a really real deck, and I was worried I wasn't going to play against any real decks today. So that was a pretty good deck, and it showed off a couple of key things. It showed off how to maximize your Nox and Fervor damage by negating healing. It also showed off your Cast Salesman, which is the biggest thing I want to stress to you guys. Use this on defense against unit decks that are trying to attack you. As you saw, playing this Cast Salesman on turn, I think it was turn 3, it literally saved me 7 health, and every single point of health mattered. Because he couldn't attack me with the 3-1, he couldn't attack me with his 3-4 Riven, and then we blocked his 1 power 1-2. So this thing actually was the reason we won the game, was because it completely stalled his turn 3 attack. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck. I really do believe that this deck is going to be competitive. I'm going to be fine-tuning it here over the next couple days and playing it in some tournaments. I'll probably bring some deck like this to the Casterman's $500 tournament this weekend. Who knows? If you want to see me play in that, head over to my Twitch. Leave a follow so you'll know when I go live. I stream there every single day. I put videos out here on YouTube Monday through Friday. And that's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the next video.